Hey guys, welcome back to the DeeTimeLove show. You join me at the A to Z Watch Club, our headquarters, and today we're up and running. We've got Frank from Bavarian Watch Company, full on interview, one of many interviews with CEOs and owners of the brands at the A to Z Watch Club here at the A to Z Recruitment Solutions headquarters. As you can see, we've got a setup here. It's where the interview will be taking place. This is behind the scene, guys, and yes, where we premiere a lot of the promo videos and interviews and so on, guys. Take care and keep a lookout for our latest videos, guys. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the DeeTimeLove show. You join me at the A to Z Watch Club Series 4, and I've got a very special guest, a man all the way from Germany, Munich. We got Frank, the owner, the CEO from the Bavarian Watch Company. Frank, welcome to the A to Z Watch Club.
It's a pleasure for me.
How was your journey, sir?
The journey was very, very good.
Good.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, Frank, as you noticed, we reviewed the watches, and I'm wearing the Sarah range, the blue, fantastic piece. I even went down to Southend and I showed people the watch as well, and really, really positive feedback, I have to say, Frank. And we've had a lot of questions about you, Frank, in particular, because a lot of the guys that follow me on the channel were saying, what's the intro about? The Audi, BMW. So Frank, here you are. You are a member of the A to Z Watch Club. So Frank, you are going to be with us for the long term, which we're absolutely delighted to have you on board. But Frank, tell us a little bit more about yourself and how did Bavarian Watch Company get started? The floor is yours.
The starting of a point of a watch brand was more or less because I wanted to make a watch. It was time for me to make a watch. I'm an industrial designer, so the cars you showed at the video. I worked for both brands.
So it was Audi, from what I understand, when we spoke on the phone.
Yes, Audi.
And BMW.
In the interior section, we made the computer inside of the A8, of the first one.
Amazing.
And it was not my dream. I wanted to make the exterior. So this went in the wrong direction. And
one step at a time, Frank. One step at a time.
That's not my idea of making cars. I still want to make cars, but it's a different story.
Well, you can't make cars; you're making watches.
Yes,
that's.
So I always was in the interior, also with the BMWs.
So how long have you been working in the auto industry?
It was for Audi. We were working as an external design company for Audi. I was not employee of Audi.
So it's a bit like in the watch world.
Yeah,
it's like
around
when
1 year we made
certain Swiss watch brands outsource the movements or the case making or even the design of their watches.
Yes,
Gerald Genter comes to mind.
Yes.
You know, he was assigned many different projects back in the day, and as an illustrator stroke designer. So I think when I spoke to you, Frank, I felt that you have a lot of substance behind what you do. You know design, you know the car industry, and the romance story, but was it behind your Cartier? So tell us how owning that watch inspired you to make your own brand and watch.
Yes, I bought this Cartier when I went to the military service.
Oh, right, okay. So, you've done a lot of Frank. So you've been in the military as well.
Yes.
So let me just summarize this for the viewers.
I had to come to the military service. I couldn't avoid it.
Right, okay.
So I decided I have to put a piece of high luxury and civilization with me every day. So I bought this watch, yes.
Fantastic. So was it a Cartier
Santos?
Yeah, and it was on the bracelet, the Gabli. Was it the Gabli?
Yes, the Gabli.
Fantastic, beautiful watch. And so let me get this out. You worked in the auto industry. You worked with BMW, Audi on the industrial side. So you're working with big blue chip corporate companies in Germany. You joined the military. And you buy this beautiful Cartier watch, and was that the foundation piece that got you into the hobby, would you say? Or how did this happen?
I always had watches. Even as a little boy, I liked watches. And it was a point I thought about buying a new luxury watch.
Right.
So for no reason, just because I wanted it. And the interesting part was that I had not bought a watch for a long time. And as I was interested again in the new watches, I found the same models I saw for 10 years ago. And so I was a little bit disappointed, and I thought, okay, what if I make my own watch? And if I started to design it and thinking about it, I underestimated the process, I'm honestly saying, because it is not easy to make new design elements which are not completely nonsense.
Yeah, well, look,
makes sense.
Let's get some B-roll of your watch range, the Saria range, guys.
Yeah.
Check them out. So I'm just showing the guys some B-roll now of the full color range. So Frank, talk us through how you came about designing the case, for example, first of all.
I searched for some typical elements in the Bavarian culture, because it's a Bavarian watch. More or less. It's inspired by Bavaria.
Yes.
And Bavaria is, especially Munich, is a city which lives between the tradition and the high end. We have all the aerospace industry there. We have the automotive industry.
BMW. They make the engines for the planes as well as the vehicles. They own Rolls-Royce as well. There's a lot going on.
They do.
Yes.
This is also a good Bavarian-British cooperation, I would say, so for a long time. And and there are many high-tech companies in Munich. And on the other hand, you have a tradition. And this is also visible in the architecture, in the landscapes, everywhere. And so I searched for something which is really typical for Bavaria, if you compare it with the rest of Germany. And this is the Baroque theme. Mm-hmm. So the lugs are shaped in a special way. It is a little bit
signature of your brand, because I noticed you've got the earlier model that you launched first, the quartz version.
Bavaria has the same.
Yeah, it's the same sort of lug design. Yes. So that it's in its DNA. So I take it going forward, a lot of your watches will have that lug signature.
Signature is the right point, because I really wanted to have a signature visual thing that you can always relay to Bavarian watch. So a Cartier is always a Cartier.
Yes.
Yes, you see it at the first sight. Even if tons of copies out there, you see what a Cartier is.
So what I would say is, when I first got my hands on your watches, being you're a micro brand at the end of the day, but I could tell this was not the off-the-shelf product where, nothing wrong with the getting off the shelf design and adding your own element and details to that piece. But your watch was designed from scratch by yourself, from the bezel to the case to even the strap. Has the design, the iconic design is fluid throughout, and it articulates very well. It's not going to be everybody's taste. But, that's why I enjoy the hobby. Everyone can enjoy, their own pieces in their collection. But this did speak to me, in terms of, I like the bezel, guys. Look at this B-roll I'm going to show you. The bezel action, the different facets of the bezel, the sharp cuts, the lines. And so what inspired that? So, in a bit very, but is any sort of thing that influenced your design? Because I see a bit of Gerald Genta there. I see a bit of Seamaster vibe. I don't want to say you copied, but, I'm only playing with you.
I heard very often Gerald Genta. Okay, that's a
good compliment. But it doesn't look like Gerald Genta's design, but it looks like something that he could have designed.
Yes, it's a compliment.
So it's a style of design, that dynamic sharpness to it, which is great. And the cases, where are they made, the cases? The cases, where are they made, the cases?
They are made.
In Germany?
No, they are not made in Germany. They are made in Asia at a very, very good manufacturer, because you don't find a case maker who makes steel cases.
Right, okay.
In Germany and even in Switzerland, it is very difficult to find one. I found this one who makes these cases, because the problem with the cases is not only the making is very complex.
Yes, yes.
It's complex. I challenged them. The hardest part is the manual brushing and polishing.
There's a lot of brush. Yeah. Honestly, it's Amiga level in terms of the finishing, the brushing, high-end finish, gloss, the beveling, fantastic. And I noticed at the dial, there's a lot of work that's gone into the dial. So talk us through the process in regards to the dial.
The dial is made. It is a printed dial, so it is the 3D effect of a wave pattern comes from 20 layers of varnish, printed over.
And the reason why I ask this to you, Frank, is that I've spoken to other people in the industry that have watches and they have no clue how their watch is made. So the mere fact that you understand the process, the design, and in the next I'll be asking you what software you use to design.
I can tell you, it's not a secret. It's Altair Inspire Studio.
Okay.
It is a software which is originally invented in Italy as an car design software, more or less, and they sold it to Altair, the US American company, and now it's in Munich.
Fantastic. So you would say, so we're summarizing your CV, you know, someone who's worked in the car industry for 15, 20 years plus, someone who's proficient in that software as such, and you understand the design language. So you've used your design skills and you've basically attributed that to the design in your watches, which is great.
What a designer always want to do is no boundaries of making of a production process, because you have every project you make, you have to take care of a production process to make it as the production process is working, not how the design should be.
Yeah.
And I made it completely different. I designed the watches without thinking about the production process, because I was sure I found someone. I have 20 years of experience in finding people who can make crazy things.
Amazing.
And I found one who can make the chamfers here, the brush, and even the case, which is a little bit round here and not straight. Yeah. And all these things make the process of making the case very complex, very slow.
Yeah. Well, every angle, there's something new that I notice about this watch.
That is, and the reason is, if you make it like this, it collects and plays with a light. And that's the interesting thing with this watch. I would say this watch is very, very difficult to make a photo of.
Well, from every angle.
You found it.
Yeah, when I was doing the video, when I was reviewing the watch, I noticed that at every angle the watch looked different.
Yeah, it is.
A different look. And even with the lighting, and I took it to Southend-on-Sea, and I was having a look at the watch in natural sunlight. You get to enjoy the dial even more. And you get to see the 3D element of the dial. And it's a lovely dial. You don't know, in different lighting, you could say it's a flat 2D dial. But when the sunlight hits it, it comes to life. And there's a real 3D element to it. Nice Swiss Luminova. I really do like the actual rubber strap of this as well. And I mean, what's next now for BWG, for the Bavarian Watch Company?
What's next? Interesting question. We have some options, many options. I had initially a very interesting idea, fully handmade watch.
Okay.
Not the movement, because this breaks the bank.
Well, look, to go in-house,
every budget.
you did a lot of funds to get in-house. I mean,
yes,
you're only one man, unless you become a watch movement manufacturer, where you probably could. I'm actually. Are there any German watch apart from IWC and Lange & Sonne? Are there any other sort of watch movement manufacturers in Germany?
Yes, of course it is one. One in Bavaria.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you could team up with them and maybe you can collaborate.
We talked about this, but honestly, I want to mention the name at the moment.
No, we don't have to mention anything until it's official. But we're talking just friends here on the channel.
Yes.
For you guys, to learn a little bit more about, Frank and the man behind the brand. We took a few of these watches out at a meetup. Really positive feedback, and the only thing that I couldn't offer them was to sell them a watch because I'm not a watch retailer or distributor or anything like that. But they did like the watches, and they were very keen, and we had some really good feedback, and they were more intrigued about the man behind the brand as well, because it's very interesting to hear about your background. Because at the end of the day, it's quite easy nowadays for people to make watches as well. The hard part is the marketing, to have some substance to stand out. And a lot of that is normally to do with the owners as well. They can help market the brand if they have an interesting story. If I was someone, just working in a cafe and I decided to make a watch brand, I'd probably have to make it about coffee, right? To make it interesting. But, in regards to yourself, you've got a lot of stories. We could be here all day. I told Frank, keep it short today. Because we could be here for in the next 8 hours, because he's just got a rich background. There's substance behind all his projects. He's got so many stories and inside stories about design in the car industry, which is absolutely amazing. But Frank, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today. What would you like to say to the guys that are interested in your watches? Where can they find your watches? Do you want to tell them the website?
It's really simple. It's Bavarian-watch.com.
Link in the description, guys. Don't forget, link in the description. So if you're interested in any of these timepieces, guys, check them out. I'll leave a link in the description, guys. Check them out. Stunning pieces, I have to say. And the only thing I would say, some of the feedback, because I like to be positive, but not criticize, but give, positive information that might help, your brand. Some people are saying that maybe if you had maybe a slightly smaller size piece, is that something that's in the pipeline? Maybe a slightly smaller model, or is that no?
Some women ask me if I make the quartz watch a little bit smaller.
What's the size of the quartz one?
40.
40. Okay.
Automatic is 42.
42. Yeah. It wears a lot smaller. Yeah. Because of the lug width. It's really designed.
And it's interestingly, I have not very big wrists, yes, and it works on big wrists and also on smaller wrists.
Yeah, because I've got like just around 6.5 inch wrist, depending on the weather, and it wears very well actually. Looking at it on the screen, very nice. Well, Frank, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. We're going to go and get some drinks now. Join the A to the Watch Club. We've got a few people that have come here to see you today as well, to check out the watches. And let's see what happens. We look forward to producing more content with you, sir.
I hope so.
Fantastic. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Yes. There we are now. We're going to do the mic test now. Testing, Mike.
Testing,
Frank,
testing.
sorry, I don't know why I was calling you Mike. I spoke to Mike, yes. Mike is the mic. Okay, fantastic. Let's see.